know I don't usually react to Death Battle on this channel, but you know what? I'm invested in this one because I want my boy Metal to win. Come on, YouTube, place down in the comments before you even saw the video who's winning this Death Battle. Let's go, chat.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Sweet.
There's a monster stalking Gingertown. No one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale. All it left behind was their clothes. Something ate these people's insides, leaving only a shadow behind.
Some kind of creature driven only by the need
not even gonna
to
lie,
feed.
Saul has some aura.
Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate life form.
The Namekian Piccolo went to investigate this manslayer and discovered that it was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy to its wretched gestalt.
But the nightmare was only just beginning, because for its last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this creature's
already
origin was
ass-pulling,
decades
chat.
in
What the hell?
making. Years
already
ago, the
ass-pulling.
world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history, the Red Ribbon Army.
Until they got rocked by this little kung fu gremlin, Son Goku.
But Red Ribbon's dream
Damn, they
of
got W
revenge
intros.
lived on within their head scientist, Dr. Giro.
Hiding away in his spooky cave laboratory, Giro would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar, learning everything there was to know about them.
And building a series of androids that would destroy his spiky-haired nemesis once and for all.
He made a ton of them. Infinite energy androids, key-absorbing androids, trucker head androids, and even, ginger androids.
However, none of Giro's creations
already
were
motivated.
capable of matching that drive to improve that Goku and his fellow martial artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex he'd take years after Giro's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a single cell, get it?
Oh.
This android possessed the genetic information of all the greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and, when fully evolved, would become unstoppable.
And with their
So,
DNA,
really speaking, isn't Cell technically as strong as the people around him? I was about to say some dumb shit, like what happens if we place him in the Dragon Ball universe. Let me shut my ass up.
Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special favorite.
Double team.
Oh, weird, I'm not seeing Chaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Is Chaozu human?
Oh.
Okay. Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as breathe in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
And because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost of some ki.
Cell has survived having half his body vaporized multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive, Cell will always return, even stronger than before because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
Okay, never mind. He might be busted,
He can
chat.
perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb, and of course Kamehameha, as well as teleport by locking onto a living being's key signature.
But the best
So what is this fight gonna be? It's just gonna be teleport v teleport? Just ding 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 ding. Like, what is this? Like, they're both copying bullshit from each other.
part of being a Saiyan is how
Place
much
Utah in the middle.
crazy
Let's see what
stronger
happens.
they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing factor, and he's effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen motion machine.
Driven by a biological imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our
That's some
Trunks,
bullshit.
future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's very complicated. There's like 5 timelines.
Time
As
travel,
Cell
bro.
defeated
We
and
get it.
absorbed the androids, he evolved, not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the
cockroach.
whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun, this still means that Cell's key wave would have to reach 2.8
All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I love Metal Sonic. I'm Team Metal Sonic, but Metal Sonic, please. You can outscale this, right?
miles to
You can outscale,
eradicate
right?
every planet.
But Wiz,
Y'all scale, right?
Maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks and even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger in the anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza blew up Namek. In the anime, the explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far
Oh, yeah, this
stronger
is
than
asshole.
Frieza was at that point in time.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time.
Oh, yeah, this is
Goku
some
flew
ass
from
pull.
Grand Kai's planet in heaven all the way to hell, hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely without peer. And
Ew, put them back
no
in.
longer wedded to Shiro's petty grudge, decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Games! And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Junior.
Damn,
Their last
that
hope
is flock
was
bomber,
Goku's
bro.
own son, Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage, pushed the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super perfect Cell.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, this
or
is
like
some-
the
yeah, he has ass
battle
pull,
for the
alright.
ages, Cell put the entire weight of
Okay.
his biological programming against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be destroyed can always be
Damn, you call me
rebuilt.
homie, homie.
All it
Awesome.
takes to recreate the most fearsome warrior in the
You're not counting. Hey! You're not counting Cell Max, are you? This hey, that's real ass pull. You ain't counting Cell Max, are you?
single Cell.
The world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that same
There we go.
world and those same
Rap.
critters were
Gold
saved
Team
by
Metal.
Sonic
Gold Team
the
Metal.
Hedgehog. No matter how many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always six
That's my
spin jumps
goat.
to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own, Metal Sonic.
Well,
Ooh,
0 points
aura.
on creativity for that name, but goddamn, he does look metal as hell.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so Eggman built Metal with more than enough blast processing to match his prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups, and even
All right.
replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest laser, surround himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force field.
By overloading his circuitry with energy,
They counted
Metal can activate
everything,
beam
man.
maximum overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path, at the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the rodent into roadkill, but it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet
Yeah,
he
true.
doesn't. For some reason, Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his
What a-
AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a burning desire to prove himself superior.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B, you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis. If he was created to surpass
Dope
Sonic
animation.
and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman took Metal back to the drawing board and birthed him anew. You.
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far smarter.
Especially after he copied Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Neo Metal Sonic is equipped with scanners in his optic receptors that can copy a person's biodata.
Let's go. This is the
giving
ass
him
pullest
the
of the ass
ability
pull.
to recreate all of their abilities in seconds.
Like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' Hammer Punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole, and Big's ability
What
to
the
suck
fuck?
at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their moves, he can replicate more esoteric powers like silver psychokinesis.
Yeah, that's some
manufacture
real. No.
Rouge's
I know I've been
mechanical
saying it. I know ass pull has been in 90% of my vocabulary all video, but that's some real ass pull. How the fuck does a robot copy telekinesis? That's some real ass pull.
bat guards, or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility. It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted, it doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by
that's
copying one of the
bullshit.
mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, the emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them,
Metal
Metal can
Overlord?
perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and completely golden, Super Neo Metal Sonic can move at faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The emeralds are inconceivably powerful. They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other
Okay.
super characters like
Oh,
Sonic
this is
have
real-
battled and
real-
defeated beings
real
like the
asshole.
Time Eater, who could destroy
Okay.
multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs.
Y'all see what I mean before we even began this? Some of the Sonic scaling is some real ass bullshit.
fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should be just as powerful as any of them. Though he's gotta be quick, because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego
True.
might as well have had its own health bar.
This was one of my
Metal's
favorite
drive
bosses
to
in Sonic,
surpass
dude.
his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original, and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful: their friendship and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, cause it is impossible to land on those things. Ahem. After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness
Holy
from his
moly.
code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer,
Lord.
always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe Metal is
He's
more
scheming.
cunning
He's
than he
always
lets on,
scheming. He
and
must
is
be
only
up to
biding his
something.
time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
That's hard. Okay. Oh my god, it's the part we've been waiting for.
Salutations, Dr.
Okay.
Robotnik. Your reputation
We got some 3D
precedes
animation.
you. Bring me your strongest fighter, or face... Then prepare to kneel before
He
your
starts in
master.
Neo? Okay. Alright, heard you. Okay, he got hops to him. Okay. Guys, the animation's fire. They just blowing shit up. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Oh, he just ragdolled. Fight back. I've got money on you. I've got money on you. Oh my god. Oh my god. I bet Z like $50. You can't fucking lose this. Okay, no, he's getting his ass whooped. That means some shit gonna go down.
Does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? Not anymore.
It's fire. Oh, already? Transformation already? Just making sure. Okay, you know what you're doing. It's okay. You're metal. I'm not. You know what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Fight back! Fight back! Metal, I have money on you, please! Oh, you can't lose, please.
Fool, you're dealing with the ultimate life form.
I already possess his data. Observe. Chaos!
Oh!
Done.
Already have his data, is crazy. Shadow Glaze mid-fight?
Data successfully copied.
Successfully caught? Oh!
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet!
Okay, I can't tell who's winning. It's even.
Now I know everything
Super?
about you.
I'm telling you right now, he better go super too. Okay, no, they're both. I think they're both super. Metal, you can't lose this, please. I beg you. I have $50 on you. I'll go homeless if you lose. I will go homeless if you lose this. Oh my god, he's fucking shitting out Cell Juniors. Oh my god. Oh wait! I didn't know he could do that. Ass bowl. Oh shit, he copied him, I forgot!
Don't you dare.
Blow him up! He's already won. You got $50. Confirm the death. Confirm it. No, he's still around. Confirm it. Oh, fuck. We've lost. Oh, we've lost. Oh, we've lost. No. Please. Please, you win this, though. No, but you win this, though. But Metal Sonic, you win this, though.
Not just the greatest warrior in the
No, he's having a monologue. We've lost. Oh my god, he's having a monologue. We've lost. Oh my god, we've lost. Oh my god, Metal Sonic. Yes! 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 Asshole!
To a machine like
Bring me my money! Did he win? Please tell me that was a win. That was a win. There's no way that wasn't. Oh my god, just break it.
I'll crush you.
My $50.
My
Now
$50.
Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters? Well, that world's fucked. Our bad.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories: strength, speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest?
Yeah.
Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than
Oh,
Base
this is the best
Metal
day of my
or
life.
Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with
I'm
the
eating McDonald's
universe-destroying
tonight,
power
chat.
of the Emeralds.
But hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse universe, and Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in strength.
And with Sonic characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At his max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds.
Are they using a Roblox game for
Of
scaling?
the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Hey, just like Time Eater. The difference, though, was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect Cell can move upwards
Well,
of
the Super Saiyan
100 times
multipliers are
faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if any of their abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note, though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died, and his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a
I'm
time
so
limit,
confused
Cell
how.
would have
Sorry,
a
chat.
big advantage.
Do you think it's because he copied Cell, or am I just not a big enough Sonic fan to understand? How did Metal Sonic just spawn in Metal Sonics? How did that happen?
In a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with
copied
Silver's
Cell?
psychokinesis, or the Emerald spatial distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents.
Definitely Metal
AKA their adaptation.
And frankly, that's where this back and forth completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb Androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like
that thing away.
cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight.
I'm so
something
happy
he
I'm
could
eating
easily
good to my
accomplish
chat.
during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body.
True, that's the most
Nothing
bullshit
Cell
copying I've
has
ever
would
seen in
be
my life.
off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place. Quite literally, biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described as
I
being able
never
to
wanna
produce
see
life
Metal Sonic
energy,
use a
similar to
Kamehameha
Ki.
again.
So there's a precedent for him
Never.
being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level. Just like Gohan did.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, cause Metal can
I
do
know
anything
everything
Cell
you're
knows
going
how
to do. Wait.
Strange, isn't it?
You
Cell
know
just
everything
doesn't
I'm
have
going
any
to do,
options
but
to
that's not gonna help
retaliate
you
that Metal would
because
also
I know because fuck, you get the point.
possess, including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get why they called it Sonic CD.
Why's that?
Cell died.
Oh, that was
Wiz,
funny.
you get it? CD? Wiz, where you go? Come on back. Next time on Death Battle.
Fire. Wait, what the fuck? I know that's not Reze. I know they ain't. Hey. I know you ain't 3 months late to Bakugo versus Reze. I know you ain't. I know you ain't 3 months late to Bakugo versus Reze. Where were you during the agenda? Where were you when we needed you? Us Bakugo fans needed you and you weren't fucking there. Where were you?